Number one source of frustration. This is the number one time taker. You've got to sit there and align them. Okay? You've got to get them aligned. If I move this guy, you won't have a link, but the link will be bad. Some people go, oh, we got a link. Woohoo, we're good. Well, yeah, you got a link, but when it starts to rain, your link's going to drop out long before it should if you didn't get it aligned properly. Okay? When it's working okay, it doesn't matter if it's fully aligned because, yeah, I got a link, it's passing traffic. But when something starts to go wrong, the signal's degraded a little bit, you've already degraded the signal by being over here on the side lobe or down 30, 40 dB of where you should be. And so the little bit of rain now knocks out your signal completely as opposed to giving you 30 or 40 dB of rain fade. Okay? It seems to be harping less and less on this lately. All right, if you have HEPC on, turn HEPC off. Okay, use your multimeter. We did that yesterday. We already talked about the tools to do it with. Okay. Our suggestion is to turn ACM off when you do the alignment. Personally, I don't know that it makes a huge difference, but when we ship the radios, we do ship them with ACM off, or licensed radios, so that you can do the alignment, and then you'll turn ACM on afterwards. Okay, this has to be the fourth time I've shown you this, so you should have it memorized by now. Okay, we already talked about this yesterday. I'll just go over it again.
Picture, I know you've talked about it.
Huh?
Does it matter, like the Giga Plus, the Giga Pro? Is there a different chart for those, or is it based on?
No, the chart's the same for all the ODUs. The Stratalink is that different one. I didn't copy it here, but I copied it to the other 14 slides. So Stratalink's different, but all the other ones are the same.
Okay.
So Scott, I'm not an RF guy, but when you look at that chart there, at what point would you say do not install these?
Neg 90.
Okay, real briefly, you can read this, but we said it yesterday. Okay, if you have different size antennas, start with the big antenna, and you'll align it, then go to the small antenna and align it, then go back to the big antenna, and then go back to the small antenna. If they're the same size, flip a coin. Okay? Follow it. You guys told me you didn't want to hear me harp about it, so I'm going to stop harping about it. Okay. If you cannot get within 3 dB of your projected RSSI, don't call me. Verify your ODUs are mounted to use the same polarization. Okay? Licensed, they should either both be vertical or both be horizontal. Okay? Stratalink, they need to be opposite. One's vertical, one's horizontal. Okay? Confirm that your line of sight and your Fresnel zone is unobstructed. If you're trying to shoot through the fat guy in the middle of the room, it ain't gonna work. Review the accuracy of your path calculations. It's happened before. You give us the wrong coordinates, we transpose a digit, whatever. You're really shooting 60 miles, but we only calculated for 6 miles. Okay? Check that. Nothing else. Return to the rough alignment and repeat. If you don't believe the math is correct, it's really not that hard to do it. So do it on your own. Prove the math wrong. Be my guest. Nobody's ever proved the math wrong that I'm aware of. People have provided the wrong information, or there's been a building in the way, or trees in the way, but the math has never been wrong. Okay? If your RSSI is within 3 dB of expected, and remember there's plenty of people that get 3 dB better than they expected, disable the alignment mode if you have an old Apex or Giga. If you don't need to worry about that. Use ATPC if you're going to, and you're going to move on to link validation and commissioning, okay? Which we're going to talk about after network monitoring, just because it worked better for the timing. Okay, now would be a good time to take some pictures, 540 of them or whatever the number was. Capture the output of sysinfo and link test. Now would be a good time to do that status save. Okay, all that stuff. Alignment. If your RSSI is symmetrically low on both sides, I don't want to say something I regret. it's your alignment. Okay? Now that could include polarization and whatever else, but your alignment. If it was negative 40 yesterday, and now both sides are negative 60, I wish I could say 100% of the time. 99% of the time, it's alignment. Okay? It's very unlikely to have two transmitters or two receivers on opposite ends of a link, because remember, these things aren't even at the same site, so it's not like they both got hit by lightning. They're 10 miles or 30 miles or 60 miles apart. Both have the same failure? Not very likely.
Question.
Alignment.
It was alignment though. One side would be off, right?
Both sides would be off. If I
If you're gonna
move, so if
receive-
I'm at negative 40 right now, and I move this antenna, which I can't move. If I couldn't move the antenna, I'm going to immediately see the arc side drop on both sides because they're out of alignment.
Oh, I thought if that one was pointing at it, even though it's at the wrong angle, the signal would still be received.
Because my beam width is so small, even if I turn this one, I can't see that one anymore. Even though that one's aligned, I can't see it because I'm shooting over here. I mean, my laser pointer.
On a 5 gig link, that's true.
I'm shooting over
So
here.
one, you'll see,
Something with a little wider beam.
yeah, you'll see one better.
Yeah,